wear their khaki. But we carry more than just a bag. We carry dreams, grit, and a will to serve. This is Corpers Can, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Hello and welcome to Corpers Can, the show that inspires and equips young Nigerians to maximize their NYSC journey and become their very best. I'm your host, Aniche Priscilla, and you're watching the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first and only 100% motivational TV station, broadcasting from the School of Eloquence Studios in Ikoyi, Lagos. In 2026, being a professional is no longer just about what happens in your office. It's about how you manage your data and how you present your brand to the world. Today, our topic is the modern professional, balancing technical precision and digital presence. We want to show you how to combine hard numbers with creative storytelling to stand out in a crowded market. Joining me to unpack this are two brilliant professionals. Our first guest is Bankole Emmanuel, an accounting professional from Kwara State, an alumnus of Kwara State Polytechnic. Emmanuel is currently pursuing his ACA certification and a bachelor's degree driven by a deep passion for financial management and organizational success. Our second guest is Dimba Onyekachi, a passionate and creative social media manager. Onyekachi is a specialist in crafting compelling digital content and is an expert at building and nurturing strong online communities.
This is Corpers Can, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Hello, Emmanuel and Kachi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having
Sorry,
us.
Onyekachi.
Yeah, thank you. No problem.
Hi. How are you doing, Emmanuel?
I'm fine.
Sorry?
I'm fine.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine. I'm happy to be here again.
All right. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
You both, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so on today's topic, the modern professional. Emmanuel, I would like to ask, is it better for a corper to spend their time getting professional certificates like ACA or building a professional social media page?
Okay, firstly, concerning your question, it is advisable for a couple to have both.
Okay.
Because you can't just have a professional social media, and what is the professional social media relating to? It must also relate to your professional background or certificate.
Yes.
Because now, as your question says concerning ACA, you must actually write an exam called ICANN. There's also other professional exam, but relating to this, you must also, it relates to an accounting firm or accounting generally. So you must have a professional certificate in accounting. We have ANAN, we have ICANN, and ACCA and the likes, but all relating to accounting firm. So if you have, which this relates to ACA, which is Associate of Chartered Accountants. So when you have, before you can have ACA, you must go through the exams and every stages for you to be a chartered accountant. And when you are chartered, everything that you went through, like a colleague of mine now, he has ND, he has HND, he's working on his BSc, he's almost chartered. So he has almost like 5 certificates just within his little age. Yeah. I'm not trying to call him little, but at that stage he has acquired almost like 5 certificates, and let me just say 5.
It's actually a good thing.
So having that now and having a social media professional, a social media platform which is professional, like LinkedIn. So listing those kind of achievements there and your work experience and everything there, it work hand in hand. So for you to be able to
meet better opportunities,
and it's advisable for you as a couple to start early.
Yes,
so that's what I can say. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
So
you,
I wanted to ask, is there an exam like ACS?
ACS.
Yes, is there an exam like that?
They should be ahead of that.
Yes, I think they write like three of it before they write ICANN or something. I think.
Okay, ATS.
ATS,
Yes. ATS 1, 2, and 3.
Yes. So as
you have a friend that wrote it.
Yes, she wrote 3 of them before she could write ICANN. Because her parents are actually chartered accountants, so she wants
to be in that line.
Yes, and she's passionate about it. So that's how, depending on what he said, you have to. Is this topic more on like accounting itself, like ICANN and ACA?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So since it's focused on ICANN, on ACA, what he's saying is right. You have the best of both. You have a certificate, and you know that anywhere you go to, you know that this is what you can show them. You can add it to your CV or whatever. Then you have a strong online presence where you list out all those designations or maybe certificates, and you like explain yourself, you know, like harmonize it to look very, very palatable, so that once people go to your LinkedIn, let's use LinkedIn for instance, because it's very professional, and anyone is doing anything accounting or anything very professional, LinkedIn is just a very strong suit for you to arrange and package yourself. So once people go to your LinkedIn profile, they see what you have, they're just intrigued to even like DM you or ask you to call you for an interview. Sometimes you don't even have to apply. They even reach out to you. They call you and say, please, we have seen your bio, we have seen what you have on LinkedIn. Please come in on your for a brief interview at your convenience, so that we can talk about, you know, where we can move on from there. And then that's how you can just see your dream job. You just can just get in touch without even having to start applying.
Exactly.
So
Okay. So you both are saying get both
yes,
ACA and
both are
social media, they
important.
both work hand in hand.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Emmanuel, how can someone in a serious field like accounting use creative content to make themselves look more attractive to global employers?
Okay. From our perspective, because using accounting to attract global employers, it's a field, you know. Accounting, most time people see it as very difficult, which is it's not easy.
It's not easy.
But because it takes most of your time, it takes, even you can't do it in your own convenience. You have to do it out of your own convenience. So it's from our perspective, for you to be able to help the global employees, is for you, like there's some standard in accounting which is called the IFRS standard, International Financial Reporting Standard. So there's some standard. It's not just that, it's international. It's not restricted to Nigeria only. It's a standard where anything relating to accounting worldwide are using. So and we also have the IAS, which is International Accounting Standard. So under that standard, we have IAS 1 like that. So like the rest of IAS 2 is inventory. So if that kind of, and a lot is under that IAS 2. So in that IAS 2 now, if as a professional person, you are chartered, if you can do like a video, like a short video, to create content, to summarize or to teach, and to teach the society on how you can make it simple for the society to learn. It's also another way of making the employees out there to even, okay, this is what I'm doing in my office, so this is what this person is trying to explain on the social media. How does it relate to what? So it's also another way of teaching. There's also this course in PM. It's a PM. It's called performance management. It's a course that while doing your ICANN, you'll be. It's also in reality, in real life. So if a person can explain it in doing some video content, it's also help help the employee. So
help in reaching out the global employers. Like, I'm just trying to continue what you said.
Yeah, to reach out to the global employers to make them know what they are doing.
Okay.
So the question is basically,
how can someone in a serious field like accounting use creative content to make themselves look more attractive to global employers?
Basically, you can have a social media. Let me just hammer on social media itself.
Okay.
Once you just create your, let's use Facebook Instagram, and then you open your page. Maybe you want to center more on talking about accounting, teaching people accounting. You're definitely sharing your knowledge. And once you have knowledge of something and you're good at teaching it, people know that you know what you're saying. You just come out. It might be boring for some people, but you have your target audience. So you just come out, you talk about accounting, like things, you tell them how you can, you know, get certified, like things you need to know about accounting, maybe certifications you need to have. Those are of educational kind of content. You always put it out there. You don't know the kind of target audience you have, and then you see your employers in the comments. Like you just get that kind of scenario where you're pushing, teaching people about accounting in general, and then you get attraction from employers rather. Yes, and different firms of accounting, different accounting firms and stuff. So that's the basic knowledge I can talk on that. Yes, just create content surrounding icon and make it very interesting, very educative. Yes, use images and stuff.
And entertaining too.
Yeah, entertaining.
As much as educative, I sometimes, if you are being entertaining, other people that are not even like interested in being accountants,
don't distract the purpose. You know, the more we're making it like entertaining, don't make people now to distract them. They don't even want to, they're not listening to icon again. They're listening to maybe the images you're using to, you know, demonstrate.
I would say create a content schedule. Let's say this day you are creating more of educating content, then more of entertainment, just so your page will grow, and as your page is growing, you are reaching more audiences.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Emmanuel and Kachi.
Yes.
We'll be going on a short break now, and when we're back, we'll continue with our conversation.
Corpers Can, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Welcome back, Emmanuel and Kachi.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for welcoming us back again.
You're welcome. I'm sure you're enjoying the conversation. All right, still on the topic, the modern professional. Emmanuel, okay, who wants to take it? Okay, let's leave Emmanuel. All right, how can someone working a 9 to 5 still find time to learn?
It's very difficult, but it is possible.
Yeah.
I just feel like if you are doing a 9 to 5, your 9 to 5, that means your 9 to 5 is already occupied with your attention and everything.
Yeah.
Funny how you can still learn a skill in your 9 to 5. So there is the possibility of that. Let's for instance, you are in your PPA. You're doing something related to social media, right? And that's what you always wanted to do. You focus on that, social media. But along the line, something comes up where you have to go out and cover an event. You have to go and do vox pop or something like that. You haven't done that. Let's take for instance, you haven't done that in your life before. You haven't experienced holding the microphone to even interrogate someone at an event. From there, once you get to learn it, and maybe you have been sent out, you know, like more than once, twice, you sent out on a regular basis. From there, you pick up what skill do you learn? Communication, being able to stand and not being scared or maybe tensed to even hold the microphone, approach people. You have that bravery to approach people, and it gives you a certain level of confidence in yourself. You realize that you're actually good at this thing, but you never realized it till you were put out to do it. Okay, another example, you did accounting, right? And then you are asked to take pictures with the camera. The more the people that are telling you, okay, you do it like this, do it like that, you're doing it all the time, from there, that passion also grows. You get to know how to use a camera. Even if they call you, wake you up in midnight, say, come and take a picture of this person. You know how to set your lens, everything, you're ready to shoot, right? So all those things, I feel like also like a skill that you never really thought you have learned. You can learn it even in your 9 to 5. Maybe they give you something at you haven't done before. It gave you think of doing. You get to learn it from there. It becomes a passion.
Yeah. Right?
Even though it won't necessarily distract you from what you really wanted in the first place. You can still join them. You can still merge it.
Yeah.
You cannot have too much. Do you get? So that's basically how you can also, if it's not in your 9 to 5, you can still schedule a skill that you can go and be learning during your weekdays.
Yeah.
That time you have your resting days, you don't speak out Sunday. Sorry, Saturday. You can use Saturday and learn, whatever. Sundays too, yeah, maybe afternoon after church.
Yeah.
You can use Sundays, afternoons, or Saturdays to learn a entirely different skill that you have been learning for like over the years. So either your PPA, like during your 9 to 5 or after your 9 to 5, you can still learn the skill. Even though it's difficult, but you can still merge it. You can still find your way around it.
Alright.
Thank you, Kachi.
She has said most of the points. What I'm just trying to add is that he said, can we still learn in your 9 to 5?
How can someone
Learn a
working
skill.
in 9 to 5
Learn a skill.
find time to learn?
So probably from our own perspective, we should have said most of it is that.
Not necessarily a skill though. I mean, you know, we are talking about accounting, like the ACA stuff and all. So, I mean, to acquire those skills, you have to put yourself out there and learn.
Okay.
So, how do you combine both of them?
if you can learn, to my own perspective,
Okay.
out of that your 9 to 5, firstly, our own view of it, do you have passion for what you want to do?
Yeah.
Inside that your 9 to 5, because initially 9 to 5 job is really stressful.
Yeah.
So you not taking time again out of it or after the 9 to 5, taking 1 to 2 hours for it daily to learn what you want, either a skill or is a professional exam or professional exam, irrespective. Taking time there, it's kind of very difficult, but it is very, very possible because good things don't come easily. Because for you to take your time out of where there's no time, it shows that you are working very effective or very demanding. So for you to request for for you to start a skill, which she has said most of the points within that period, it's something you must have passion for. It's not, which I said it, you cannot just say because you see people doing this you want to do that. It's not really making sense. So you just have to have passion for it. Okay, me learning this skill, what is the purpose of me learning it? How is it going to be an impact to me? Because it's also another way to grow. Because learning that skill, it will help you so much, and to even for you to even doing even you can even be learning it within 1 to 2 hours, and probably the physical aspect where if it's like a hand skill, like where you're learning some hand skill like fashion designer, you can be watching some things during the week, while the weekend you go for the practical aspect. So it depends on how you want to make anything work out. It's just the main possible aspect is just on you. That's just what
Thank you, man. I also feel like, I mean, most of these courses, they usually happen during the weekends.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I mean, working a 9 to 5 is demanding, it's stressful, and I think sometimes you can miss it. So I feel like once you miss it, you can actually dedicate some time to learn online.
Yeah, during the week.
Like use social media apps, there are a lot of things out there. Search anything you've missed, like catch up on the people that you know, like that are doing these accounting courses with you, and then learn more.
You even made mention of something that caught my attention, that you can, most of the professional stuffs are always in the weekends.
Yeah.
Like the likes of, I have people that studied that are doing the ICANN, because their lessons are always starting weekends, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Some are Saturdays and Sunday, and we start as early as 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. which is, so they just have only 1 hour break out of that 12 hours. So they, likewise Sunday, they won't go to church for the next 5 to 6 months because of the exam. So that's why I said it's always demanding. It depends on if you are really interested for it.
And some lecturers, I think some lecturers also make some classes virtual.
Yeah, there are more, some people are, there are some classes that are online. It's not all that is physical. Okay. Some people even prefer online because of the schedule.
The stress of leaving the house.
Exactly. So.
Okay. Thank you, Emmanuel Wakachi. So lastly, who would like to take this one?
Okay, let me take it.
Okay. Is who you know more important than what you know in 2026?
The way Nigeria is, what is important.
Exactly.
You need to know who knows who, or how do you
know everything.
You need to know, and you need to also have it here. Because most times either can take you far. But since you're more on the brighter and positive side, have it here as well.
Yeah.
So if in all these things we're talking about, you don't have the knowledge, but you have the people that can put you somewhere, you can fuck up yourself. Pardon my language, but you can mess up yourself.
And people that even refer you.
Yes, you can mess them up, because if peradventure you said you have you did ICANN, and maybe it was fabricated, I don't know if they can fabricate it too, but maybe you don't even know it like that. You fabricate your CV, you fabricate everything, then you now have your neighbor baby, and then now somebody else puts you there, and then they give you a very, very cumbersome task, and then you mess it up. It can jeopardize the firm, and can put them at risk of losing money or losing something very valuable. So now, in that situation, you have just exposed yourself, but the person that you're saying, he's very good at his job, bring him. Some of you are entering into the rabbit hole. You are entering into the pit. So just have the best of both, honestly. Because in Nigeria now, if you don't know some people and you have it here, then it can be very, very hard for you. You get. But personally, number one, have it here. Because your brain can make, that's the primary. It can make a way for you. At times, you don't even need people to even put you there. Just tell them that you have knowledge about it and show yourself, and then
So what I can say, which you said, you said what to do, what to.
So the question is who you know more important than what you know in 2026?
Now, who you know and what you know. So what you know, I'll call it that a skill.
Okay.
And who you know, I'll call that networking, because both skill and networking, shall say most of the points, they work hand in hand. So if you don't have the skill and you have the networking, eventually when you get there, you might find it very difficult to use your skill because you don't have it, you don't have the skill to use. But when you have the skill, there's even tendency that the skill yourself can take you there, which I said earlier. That's networking. So what you know, if you have it upstairs there and you have, people know that you are good at this, and you are connecting with people, it's a plus for you. So, but when you don't know people, but you don't have it upstairs, which has also said, it might eventually bounce back on you, because if you're given a task or a professional stuff to do and you were not able to carry it out, it will actually affect you. So the best thing is make sure you have both and you are using both wisely.
Alright, thank you, Emmanuel and Kachi.
Thank you for having us once again.
Thank you for having me.
That's where you guys said it. That's like a planting.
No, that's all.
Alright. That will be the end of our program today. See you next time. Corpers Can.
This is Corpers Can.
This has been such a practical session. To every corper watching, whether you're an accountant or a creative, your precision matters and your presence matters. Build your skills but also your brand. A huge thank you to Bankole Emmanuel and Dimba Onyekachi for sharing their unique perspectives and proving that corpers truly can lead in any field. Thank you for watching Corpers Can, the show that keeps you informed, equipped and empowered. I'm Aniche Priscilla and this has been the Achievement Channel. Until next time, stay precise, stay visible and remember, Corpers Can.